actually, I had a restful day, and now I am going live. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hope everyone is doing well this Thursday evening. It's Thursday evening for me. I had a great day. I slept the entire day until I had to get up and go help my youngest son. But that's neither here or there. It's always a pleasure and a blessing that I can be able to extend a helping hand to anyone, not just my son, but to anyone. So today I was trying to relax. I spoke with my boss. She was working and she kind of maybe hinted that she wanted me to come in. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am taking this day for myself. Relaxation. I work quite a bit, 365 days we are open, so there are no holidays, so I work quite a bit. But I started running these streets, got up, had to run the streets, had to see what was going on. So I checked into Phi Babe and James. They're still at it. Shit, I thought it would be over. Hold on. Let me take a break. Be right back. I thought that it would be over, but not. It's getting worse. Phi Babe make a video. Then James come back and make a video. Phi Babe makes another video, and James. When does the shit stops? I was hoping it stopped because I love both of them. You know, unfortunately, you put in a position where some people want you to pick. I'm not choosing either one because I like both. I will continue to support both, but somewhere down the line, it has to stop. You know, there is more news, more content that they could create other than beefing with each other. But I guess this is called the Section 8 beef sector for a reason, and I see why. I think most views come from people wanting to watch drama. And that's what they bring, drama. I love Phi Babe, nothing against her and nothing against James, but somewhere you guys got to deliver better content. You know, no matter what sector you call it, you still could deliver good content without beefing and dragging each other. The shit is going on too long. Please, let's put a stop to it. 2020 got to be greater. Got to be greater for everybody in this YouTube world. So, I want to talk about a little bit what I noticed today when they were beefing. So, Phi Babe made a video because people was coming after her about her night out with QB and Tracy D, and then I guess she had her daughter with her. So, people was dragging her because little Leah, you know, and I hate when you guys talk about kids. I don't give a damn. You don't have to put kids in there. Anywho, they were talking about her and dragging her for having little Leah in the car with her while QB, her, and Tracy D had been drinking. And we all watched it on video. They were partying. Big ups to them if they had a good party. That's what they do, and they are adults, and they're entitled to do what the heck they want. We're not paying their bills. Unfortunately, everything has to come to the platform. So, Phi decided she wanted to record, you know, her going to visit her mom and everything like that, which, hey, she could do what she want on her platform. However, she opened up a big can of worms and content for other creators that's on the Phi Babe hate train. So, we know this girl, they coming after this girl left and right, for whatever reason. They're coming at her. So when you put your business on the platform, then people are allowed to do what they want with that business. And that's what I don't care to put. That's why I really don't care about putting my family, anything of real importance to me on YouTube. Because you will not drag my family. You know, I don't give a damn about you dragging me because I can handle, I'm a big girl. And old girl too, an older girl, so I can handle. But when you start talking about my children and my grandchildren and my family, and you start doing all those doxing, I'm just not here for that. I'm not here for that. I am hoping that this shit squash and squash soon. So let's take a look at what was going on. So Fi Babe made her video. She made her video today, and she was talking about James Caldwell, the red pill. I think Tracy, she might have mentioned Tracy. I'm not sure because I was running from video to video trying to get little tidbits of it to report to my platform subscribers. So she was talking about James and him losing. I guess they said James had lost some subscribers to her. Someone quoted 500 people and some said 400. Whatever amount. I'm not sure how someone would lose subscribers when they like you and they like the content you delivering just because you have a beef with somebody else they like. They will leave your platform, unsubscribe to you, and go over to theirs. But everybody could do whatever they want. It's their prerogative. They're at liberty to go wherever they want. So if they choose to leave James and go over to Fi Babe, then kudos. Kudos to them. That's what they want to do. She gets more subscribers. He loses subscribers. But in the midst of it, reverting back to James' video, he said he didn't lose any subscribers. In fact, he gained subscribers. So I'm not sure. I think both of them gained subscribers. So that's okay. But again, I wish that they would stop dragging each other. Now, I did listen to a little bit, because Fi Babe tapped on this. She did a little piece of the red pill. I guess I took the little red pill, and she said she had some choice words for the little red pill or red pill, whoever she is. That's them. However, I did take a look at Red Pill's video, and she was talking about vacation being a scam. Now, I beg to differ with that. I plan on going to vacation. I plan on having fun. This is what you do. You do what you want to do with your money. If you plan on going to vacation and something happens and Fi take your money or it turn out to be a scam, which I don't think it is. I don't think it is. These are just the haters making it seem like that. Anywho, if you decide to go to vacation, I'm hoping you have a great time. I'm hoping that I'll meet you there because I still plan on going. If she do scam us out of our money, just say hypothetically she do scam us out of our money, that's cool. That's cool. You'll never have to worry about it again. I always tell people, if you lend somebody money and they don't pay you back, that's even better because those mofos can't come back to you again to borrow, and they will have to cross that bridge again because if they borrow once, 9 times out of 10, they'll have to borrow again. So if she is scamming us out of our money, we don't have to worry about it. Yes, we take a loss, but we'll never have to deal with her again. But like I said, I doubt if it's a scam. I believe Fi is legit and her heart is doing the right thing, and she's putting together this, her and Tracy D, and I think we're going to have a fantabulous time in Chicago. Now, Red Pill was saying she looked up the hotel, the location of the hotel, because she resides in Chicago, and we wasn't going to do this, and there's murderers there, and there's always I guess, violence in the section that Fi had for us to stay in a hotel. You could choose to stay wherever you want. You just have to be able to commute and get around Chicago to make sure you make the events. So you don't have to stay where she's recommending. I think the Homewood Hotel. You don't have to stay there. That's your choice. Now, if it's so bad there in the location and it doesn't have what Fi is offering, then we'll deal with that when we come to it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Then she was saying stuff like, oh yeah, because now, of course, Tracy threw her 2 cents in it, and she said, oh yeah, and how could those people be there where they have Louis Vuitton stores, Neiman Marcus, and all these high brand and name brand stores? They can't even afford that. One, sis, don't nobody know how deep someone else's pockets is unless they are in it. You don't know what these people can afford. Just because you think they coming from the YouTube and you see them on YouTube, you don't know what they can afford. I've shopped in some of those very stores you named, Tiffany's, Neiman Marcus, Louis Vuitton. I own a couple of that. It doesn't matter. It's what you want to spend your money on. So just because those stores are in that general location does not mean that people can't afford to go in them. And hell, if you can't afford to buy out of them, it's sure free to look. And then Tracy went on to say, down there, they're not going to accept that ghetto behavior, cussing and stuff. You don't know how people are going to act. You don't know these people. We are behind a computer, YouTube. You don't know the background, where these people come from or what they have or how they talk, their mannerism, how they carry themselves. You're just going off of YouTube. So, Tracy, you need not to speak on that. You need not to speak on something you don't know. Red Pill, I don't know you. I don't know you. I really don't even care to know you, to be honest. But I do know this. I think you are just slandering Fi and trying to drag her to deter people from going to her event. I don't think it's going to work. One thing I have learned about YouTube is this. If people like you, they like you. If people don't like you, they don't like you. So when they don't like you, the hating begins. When they like you, the love is shown. And that girl, Fi Babe, I'm referring to, has a lot of people who love her. Tracy, you have a lot of people who love you. Red Pill, I don't know you, but I'm sure you have a lot of people who loves you on your platform. So, with that being said, it doesn't matter what you say about Fi Babe. It really doesn't, because whoever likes her is going to like her. Who's ever going to attend, they're going to attend her event. Now, what you guys could do, because Tracy, and I'm sure all the other haters who won't be attending, you guys could just sit back and watch, because I'm sure they're going to be rolling the beautiful beam footage of the time that we're having at the event. I do plan on going. So with that being said, you guys can make all the videos you want. Fi Babe's going to do Fi Babe. My hope is that Fi Babe and James squash their shit. I'm sick of that beef because I like both of them. Now, what I will say is, James, Fi Babe, wrong is wrong, right is right. I told anybody from day one I shoot straight from the hips. I'm fair and balanced, and that's how I'm going to roll on my platform. You, as a viewer, have the liberty to watch me or not. So let me break this down a little bit. You all talked about and made videos about her, QB, Tracy D, her daughter, her family, and their partying, right? That's what they chose to do. However, I wish it wasn't put on social media, so you wouldn't have had anything to drag her about in reference to her driving around and partying with Leah. That's her parenting, not yours. So you guys are worrying about some shit you can't do anything about. We can't control how that girl parent her daughter. However, what you could do is worry about how you parent your kids. Now, Fi, you was wrong. Even though you guys are still beefing and you're bothered, and you even said to us that your weak spot is talking about Leah. I get it. Because you talk about my kids, I'm coming for you. Locked and loaded. And don't give a damn the repercussions because you talking about mine. However, you put her out there, baby girl, for them to talk about. You had her in the videos. You had your family in the videos. So, sis, you put her out there. So, you can't stop these people from saying what they want on their platform. My advice to you is to leave little Leah out of it. Don't have her nowhere in the camera, nowhere on social media at all, because the wolves are waiting to devour her and you, and that's how they get to you. So you talked, if I'm not mistaken, you start dragging James, then you start talking about his mother from an Wiley. You had commended Wiley on a job well done, or informing you of James' books, little excerpts from James' book, which James have debunked what Wiley said in reference to his book, and you start talking about his mother and his aunt and his grandmother. I really don't like that. I really don't like shit like that. I wish it wouldn't take place. But again, you do what you want on your platform, you know. But you start talking about his mother. Then he came back talking about your mother, whether your mother liked you and how you was greeted. You said the aunt or the grandmother told the aunt when she asked for money to go sell, Paducey. Some stuff you guys just don't have to stay. Stick with you two. You have something to say to Spiller Boy, say it to him, drag him. You don't have to bring his mother in. Spiller Boy, you have something to say to Fi, say it to Fi, not to her daughter or about her mother and stuff like. You guys need to stop that, because in the real world, and that's the difference. This shit is YouTube. But in the real world, you run up on somebody and you talking about their mother, you gonna have to work with that. And all the time, it don't come out pretty. So I think you guys really need to squash that shit and look to do something different in 2020 on the YouTube streets in the beef sector, the Section 8 you guys call it. Then I start wondering, well, why do they call it Section 8 sector? So I start observing the people, and this is not everybody, and I don't want to generalize it because I don't mean it this way, but the majority of people that I'm observing and viewing are on, it appears to me from hearsay, just from hearsay, I don't know, nothing is factual here. It appears to me that they must be on some type of government assistance, or they must live in some type of government assistance homes, receive food stamps, or SSI for disabled children, or mother, brothers. I don't know, and I don't care to know. I just have to worry about taking care of me. But what I do know is they're here on this YouTube. A lot of you guys are on this YouTube all damn day. Just all day. Running from platform to platform, seeing what you can say about each other and do about each other. And that's this sector, and that's cool. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to rock with this? That's fine with me. But what I do know is I don't really want to be a part of people just dragging people's families down. That's our problem now as a black community. We always tearing each other down. There's plenty of content without tearing each other down, involving people family, putting people family on the internet, putting people jobs, their schooling, their children, following. That shit's crazy. And it's a good thing that is being done behind a keyboard and a screen. You can't do that shit in real life. I would hope that you guys squash that. But so, both of y'all are going back and back talking about, James talking about your mother, your grandmother now, and now James is taking over the news from you, supposedly. He has 1,000 viewers watching him, and you have 1,000. See? So both of y'all is money for everybody. Both of y'all have enough subscribers to sustain and not drag each other, because they like what you say, because they attracted to you. I'm attracted to Five Babe's personality. I like her. I like her personality. I'm attracted to James because of James' personality. I like him Like I said, I think I told y'all a long time ago, I grew up with gay men, a lot of gay people. My mom had plenty of gay people as friends. So I'm used to the drag queen's appearance. I'm used to the roasting. And James, you roast the shit out of people. I must say that. Unfortunately, I don't like who you roasting, but you're a roaster. You're a real back then. So anyway, then you start talking about Rita. Now, no matter what you and Rita the baddest roaster or whatever go through, again, you brought her kids into it. You start talking about her kids' hair, their hygiene, what a bad mother she is. Now, we all have seen Rita, and she have displayed some things right there on social media. So again, what happens? You open the door for people to drag you and talk about you, good or bad. So, you were talking about her kids and stuff. That's not cool. It's just not cool. You don't want nobody to come for Leah. You shouldn't talk about that girl's kid. Now, do I know Rita? And have I followed Rita as much as you? I followed you? Absolutely not. But I did check out a couple of her videos, and I like her too. I like her style and what she's delivering to her audience. Again, everybody delivers something different in different ways to their audience. So she has her people over there. Tracy has her people over there. You have your people over there. James has his people over there. I'm going to have a lot of my people right here. And we're going to serve our audience, in most cases, what they're looking for. However, I don't think that our audience would be upset, disappointed, disheartened, or anything else if we didn't drag people's family in it. I don't think that. It's plenty of content. So I hope for 2020 we shape some shit up, because right now this is not happening. Wiley, you was talking about James. If I was saying James not gonna come for you, I don't think James exclude anyone. I really don't think James give a shit about what nobody says about him or his mother, grandmother, auntie, brother, sister. I really don't think James is afraid of Wiley. He just probably don't want to be bothered with Wiley, and that's fine too, cause Wiley got his own people. So, Fi, you did say Wiley did say, sorry, let me go back to Wiley. Wiley said that James needs to stop calling Fi homophobic. James do quite a bit pin the name of homophobic on Fi. I don't think Fi is homophobic at all. I think she just speak on whoever speaks on her. And if they part of the LGBTQIA community, then it is what it is. I don't think she's homophobic. And Wiley said, James, you stop calling her that. She said, Wiley said, sorry, she came for you exclusively, not all the gay people, not the community. She came for you. And that's where y'all should leave that. And the only reason why she said something about Red Pill, because Red Pill made a video about her. Red Pill just happens to be part of the community. Does that make her homophobic? No. That just make her come for people who's coming for her. So I don't believe that. And they was talking about when you battle, study your opponent. That's a very good thing to do. Study your opponent. You'll know their weaknesses and their strength. And when you go to do battle, you battle. And that's just what it is. So that's enough for that. I'm sick of them talking about each other, dragging kids. Leave Rita to roast the kids out of it, Fi. Leave Leah out of it, James. And who else talking about her kids? You guys leave the kids out of it. They are off limits. Is enough shit that you could say about each other that you don't have to drag somebody kids in it. And I'm sick of that. So, please don't do it. Now, I said I was going to come. Let's talk about some celebrity news. No. I forgot YouTube news, Mob Radio. You know, every time I get a freaking chance, I'm going to shout Mob Radio out. I love Millie. Millie, congratulations, girl. You got your camera. You gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Congratulations on site. That I think with Rod and them. I wish you the best, sis. I wish you and your family a happy New Year. And again, congratulations on your camera. Now, I did want to say a little bit about you and Kyle. I hadn't watched the whole video, but then I went back and I watched it, and I was so happy that you and Kyle came to agreement to be YouTube ship, instead of friendship, because you don't really know, but YouTube ship friends, or however they say that. I'm glad you guys came to that agreement. I like Kyle. Um, um, Hopefully, Kyle is growing, a tougher backbone, and he gonna do his thing. And I will continue to check out his channel. I like that you guys did that. I didn't watch it all yesterday, but today I came back and watched it. And Millie, I like that you stand firm on your shit. Even when you talked to Kyle yesterday, you didn't waver. And I like that. You did not waver. You told that brother just what you needed him to know, how you derived that what you were saying towards him, and he broke it down to you, how he had lost money by in some deals by talking about Cardi B. I guess would have been the one in the background making him lose these deals. That's what it sounded like to me, and that's why he wanted to squash it with her. That's his prerogative, and that's what made him happy, and that's what he could do. But I'm glad you held your ground talking to Kyle, and you guys came to a consensus that he would follow you and you would continue to follow him, because in the last couple of months, I always hear you shout out the neighborhood talk. So I know you mess with him like that. So I'm glad you guys came to the consensus to be friends. Good, good, good. We good on that now. We're good on that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about other news that we can really use. I was watching the news today, and I had heard two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about one, the incident, that what happened in Boston. The mother, and they think it was a murder suicide. She was a 40-year-old single mother who killed herself and her children. That just, that sickens me. Every time I hear that someone will kill themselves and then take their children with them. And I was trying to figure out what would make a person do that. I'll never know. Some things you'll never know. However, I do know this is a lonely time of the year for people who are depressed. It's a sad time of the year for people who have lost loved ones, who are depressed, who are lonely, that don't have family or children, and who can't afford to make Christmas for their kids, who could be battling bad relationships, drug addiction, and mental illness. This is a tough time. Winter is a tough time. If I'm not mistaken, I heard years ago research proved that winter is a tough time for depressed people and people with mental illnesses. Don't quote me on that, but I think I read that somewhere or heard it. So it's a tough time of the year for some people. And some people are lonely. Some people don't have children. And some people don't even have family they could turn to. I was blessed, and a lot of you are blessed that you had the opportunity to spend time with your family. But for those who didn't have that opportunity, they must have been feeling some kind of way yesterday. If you turned on the television, or you even turned on YouTube, or some type of social media, or some type of I'm trying to see what I'm trying to say. Some areas where you saw some people taking pictures with their family, eating big meals with their family, opening gifts with their family, laughing with their family, spending time with their family. Some people didn't have that opportunity to. So I take from that sometimes we have to be very, grateful, and we are blessed that we have the opportunity to do those things when there's so many people who don't, you know. And so I'm not sure if this was a tough time for the mother. They didn't release too much information about it. Was it a struggle for her around Christmas that she decided that that would be the day that she would just take her and her children out of this world, that they wouldn't face any more hardship or whatever? I don't know because they didn't release the full details. But it was a sad situation, and that happened in Boston, and she was only 40 years old, you know. And then another thing, I work in a profession where I see older people, younger people die on a daily basis. Daily basis. I could go into my job and I may have two, three people who have died that day. Who have died that day. That's what I do. And sometimes it gets hard to deal with. And then I have patients there that's been there for a while, and you never see a single family member come to visit. And mind you, this place that I work at, these are your last days. And you are within so many days before you transition out of this world. And for me to see that people don't have family or friends coming to visit them make me question what type of person they was and what type of life they lived. Because think about it. If you're loved by colleagues, family, friends, then in your time of need, most of those people are there for you, especially if you are transitioning out of this world. You would think that they would have some visitors. Some of those people sit there and they don't have visitors for the time that they are there. Sometimes is a day, could be 50 days, 40 days. But remember, these people are on their deathbeds and they get no visitors. So when my colleagues and I talk about it, I always remind them, we only seeing these people here. We only know what you put out in front of us here on this in this present time. We don't know people family dynamics. We don't know. So we don't know why they aren't getting visitors. We just don't know. The only thing it tells me is somewhere along the line in their lives, they had some type of dysfunction that they dealt with when it came to families. Anytime your family don't visit you when you're on your deathbed, that's a sad thing to even know. That is so important that we live and love and connect, because you don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to be by yourself in this world. You can say what you want, but in a time like that, you want somebody there. You want somebody there to show you that they loved you or you meant so much to them. So, with that being said, it's kind of sad this time of the year. We don't know what people going through. We don't know what dysfunctions they have in their family. We don't know none of those dynamics. So it was tough. So it was sad. I don't know what this lady, 40 years old, why would she take out her and her two children? I don't know. But that's Boston news. Now, this brings me to another thing. We need to be real careful of our surroundings and the hate that's being spewed. And the hate is being spewed from the very top. Number 45. Racism is here. There's no such thing as in racism. So when you run around and you kumbaya and you think no, that's here until we leave this earth. Racism is going to exist. Now, why would a woman have so much hatred in her heart? Now, listen to her. I'm telling you, she ran her. This lady from Iowa, she hit a teen with her car because he was Mexican. Simply because he was Mexican. Where do you think she get that hatred from? To hit somebody with your car simply because they're Mexican. Girl and guys and whomever. It don't stop there. Earlier that day, that chick had hit a black teen as well. That's hatred. Why would you hate someone because of the color of their skin or their ethnic background? Why? Why would you have that much hatred in your heart? Why? But hate is being spewed so much daily, you know, that is ridiculous. We just need to be real mindful and careful out in these streets because it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. And if you think that those people, different color skin, is going to sit back and watch your old boy get impeached because he's not going to be removed out of office, you could just hang that up. They're not even thinking about removal. They don't even want to hear it. But the impeachment will stain his record and his little fragile ego. So that's good enough for me. That's going down in history. Third president to be impeached. Welcome to impeachment, 45. But anyway, if you think it's going to get better, it's not. So be careful. Be careful of your surroundings. Guard yourself and get prepared because we're at war. We really are at war. Yeah. So we need to be really careful out there on a daily basis, you know? So I just be watching out. They snatching us left and right. They selling our body parts left and right. They sex trafficking us left and right. We need to be really vigilant in what's going on in this world. So, anywho, I said I wasn't just gonna start. I wasn't gonna report bad news. So I have some good news. I have some celebrity news. Dun, 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 dun. So, yesterday I congratulated Cardi and Offset and Baby Culture on their new home. That's a plus. And then today I heard that Drake, for all you Drake lovers, dun, 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 Drake got a nice house too. He sat down and he was discussing relationships and what he wanted in a woman. So if you liking Drake, you meet those criteria, he's single and he's looking for a woman now. So maybe you can be the next, I guess, woman in Drake's life. I don't know. I don't even know his last name, so I couldn't say Mrs. Somebody. And what do y'all think about Jeannie and Jeezy? Thinking about starting a family, Jeannie Ma? After all these years, you said you never wanted no kids. Now you get with Jeezy, and now you want a family. Well, if it happens, it happens. If so, congratulations on y'all trying to start your new family. I'm all for it. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. So, and then Amanda Seales. I don't know too much about Amanda Seales, but I guess she's joining the Real. Now, I like the Real. I remember when Wendy Williams slammed the Real, and Lonnie Love read her for filth too in a certain way, but in a professional way on TV. But those girls, I like them. I like their topics. I like the way they jive. They look like they gel together pretty good. Do you think though that Amanda Seales, I'm gonna have to look her up and do a little research on her background. But do you think she'll replace like Tamar? Oh, I mean, I can't stand Tamar. I just don't like somebody who's overly dramatic. Look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm beautiful, look at me, I'm this, I'm this. That's Tamar. She was just too dramatic for me. So I didn't like her. But do you think Amanda Seales would fit in with the Real? If you ladies watch the Real, or gentlemen watch the Real, do you think Amanda Seales would be a good fit? I don't know. I'm going to have to start watching to see. Check this out. I don't know why they mess with these rappers. I'm going to say the black rappers. I don't know why they go for them all the time. They gunning for them, always looking, when they on tour, looking for drugs and guns and all that. And it'd be a setup. It'd be a setup. So I was listening to the baby. So they detained the baby, right? The baby. They detained him the other day when he was doing the show, and I think he was spending time with his children. He said something about his children. Well, anywho, they detained him. Come to find out, they let him go and just gave him a citation. He said they gave him a citation for a resisting arrest. But check out this. The baby is smart. The baby said that they gave him a citation for resisting arrest. But old boy said that he had a high quality camera and video device that he had on him that's going to prove that he never tried to resist arrest or anything. And that's probably why they had to let him go. He told him he had that device on. So he recorded everything. And so be on the lookout for it. He's going to release it on his IG. So I'm going to have to follow him just to see when he released. He said he's releasing the full video and everything that happened that's going to prove that he did not resist arrest and it was a bullshit detainment. Oops, sorry, BS detainment. And they let him go with just a citation. Big ups to you for having that on hand. We all need to probably walk around with these devices. And I wanted to talk about something that really, really, I was really so happy to hear this because I think if a lot other mega churches do what this church did in California, that we would have less homeless people on the streets and less people with financial hardship from medical bills, schools, or whatever. So this church in California, they wiped out 5,555 people medical bills in California in their community. They wiped out 5,555 people medical bills. It cost them $5.3 million. Damn, that's good. That's some good news. That's some news we all could use. Now, that brings me to say this. We have so many mega churches, and mega churches have become a big $1,000,000 business. Everyone has a mega church in their community now. Everyone. If you don't have a church in your community, especially the black community, and a liquor store, ain't that crazy? Probably 2 or 3 doors down or somewhere in there. Then I don't know what community you live in. Now there are some communities just don't have that nonsense like that. But, a mega church and then, a church, not even mega church, a church, and then the liquor store right on the corner, and then the bodega, some communities is like that. But however, if all the mega churches that we have in the United States of America, and there is a lot of them. I'm not going to sit here and name some of the mega churches that I know, but there is a lot of mega churches that could reach out in that community because that very same community, those people are paying tithes and offering to your church. They should be able to go out in that community and do the same thing this church in California did. Pay off a lot of medical bills, take a lot of homeless people out of the street, feed a lot of hungry people. The churches have enough money to do that. And if every church would take on a homeless family or just a homeless person, we would have less homelessness here. We would have less homelessness because they have the money. They have the money. But you know what it is? Mega churches are beginning to be big business that get government funding. You know government funding? And when you get government funding, you are controlled by the government. You are controlled on what you could do and what you could say. So all these mega churches are taking money from the government, and now they have to conform to the government, whatever they say. So that's why they are not at lib to do some of the things they want to do and some of the things that they don't want to do. And I'm not going to go into, what I think and what I know, as far as that. But when you allow the government to give you money, that's what happens. But these mega churches, they are getting money from the government, so they have to do exactly what the government said in some cases. So if all of the mega churches would take and go out in their community, and I get it that for Christmas they feed them, they give them turkeys, they have pantries. I get that. They also do backpacks when it's back to school. That's helping the community. They do haircuts and hairdos for people in the community. Um, they supply some other help, but it's more that they can do. They are raking in millions of dollars. They need to be pouring a lot more into the community. They shouldn't wait for the government, the big government, to take care of their own people. And some of those very people are taking their last paying tithes and offering. I'm not saying I'm against the big churches. I am a God-fearing person. I am spiritually grounded. However, I'm not conforming no more to dogma and religion like that. I believe in God. Religion, no. I'm beginning to see it a little different because I have a problem with stuff like that. I have a problem when you have a family who comes to the church and because they're not a member, but they're in your community that you don't help them. So I'm not gonna go off on a tantrum about mega churches and this, but they have the liberty, they have the money to help their community, and they should start doing that, as well as a lot of celebrities. No, we don't know what they do. We don't know who they give to. But I know if all that money is there, then people down here should be getting more help than what they're getting. So, but anyway, I wanted to come on, just to give my little news. I think that was it. I think it was just me spreading a little news about my YouTube family who I really want to squash the beef. Bye and spill it, boy. I want you to squash the beef. And hey, I don't know if I told you. What's up with Meek Mills and his girlfriend? Or the girl who's supposed to be having a baby by him? I don't know. I think she's a fashion designer or something, and he was wearing her clothes. And hearsay is that he was going with her, but they haven't announced that they really going together. But she revealed that she's having a baby. We need to find out who's the baby daddy. Not like we gonna take care of the baby, so it really ain't our business. But we just like being nosy. But anyway, that's it for me. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you notice when I upload a video or go live. Oh, girl, you almost forgot to address SB. I'll tell y'all who SB is. So SB is S and BEE. She's a fan of mine already. I'm so excited. I got one fan, and it's SB, who continues to comment on my videos. Hold on. Let me take a sip. That's a wine cooler, a margarita one. It's pretty good. SB, this is for you, doll face, my darling viewer, subby, because you are a subby. You comment on me. You make several comments on my videos, and I don't know whose camp you from, but it's when I comment on Cardi, you always have something to say. You come right back and comment under my video. And then when I mentioned yesterday on my short video, I commented Cardi. I said congratulations to Cardi and Offset and the baby. You commented that it was a good thing I was doing that, but then you went into some negativity. Well, let me tell you something, what you might not know. You, my girl, guy, whatever you call yourself, whoever you are, troll or whoever you are, you're my number one fan already, and I like it. You have the liberty. You have two options. You have the liberty to watch it or not. If you're so bothered by what I'm saying, I would suggest that you just unsubscribe or you keep commenting. Because what you don't know, I guess you haven't realized, or maybe I told you under your comment, good or bad comments are welcome. They are. So I appreciate you, SB, because I know you're probably watching this video or you'll watch it on replay. I appreciate your comments, good or bad. I really do. So thank you. And while you at it, since you like me so much, why don't you have a few of your friends subscribe to me so they could tell me what a piece of shit I am as well? Why don't you do that? Remember what I said. I take good, bad, indifference, opinions, comments, subscribers. Woohoo. Just give them to me, baby. So that was for you. So that's this special moment. I made you content and news, and I hope you happy. And I'm sure you'll make a comment tonight, and I'll answer. So, again, SB, BEE, troll, or whoever you are, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make sure you see my next upload or video. Good night. Peace. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get out of here.